Hi, I am Benedict Pepito, and for today's video, we will be talking about climate. But first, let's define what is climate. So as to properly start our discussion, climate came from the Greek word klima, which means slope or inclination. Climate, it is the long-term pattern of weather in a particular area. Climate differs from weather in the sense that weather is the short-term changes in the atmosphere, like it varies from minutes to months, while climate can go on for many years. There are approximately 5 climates on Earth, namely tropical, dry, temperate, continental, and polar. First on the list is tropical. It is a hot and humid zone with average temperatures exceeding 64 degrees Celsius year-round and 59 inches of precipitation each year. Next is dry, where moisture is rapidly evaporated in the air and with such little precipitation. Temperate. These are typically warm and humid summers with thunderstorms and mild winters. Up on the list is continental. These are regions that has warm to cool summers and very cold winters. And lastly, polar. These are climate zones where it's extremely cold even in the summer. Here in the Philippines, we are a tropical country, as we are situated near the equator. So this means we only experience wet and dry season. An example of this is the month of January is considered to be the coldest month with a mean temperature of 25.5 degrees Celsius, while the warmest month falls to May with a mean temperature of 28.3 degrees Celsius. This is the system affecting our climate. First is our cryosphere. This acts like a blanket which protects Earth from getting too much warm. An example of this is our polar regions, the glaciers and ice sheets. Next is our atmosphere. This captures the heat reflected by Earth's surface due to the greenhouse gases that is piled up in the atmosphere. Next is our lithosphere. It absorbs solar energy, radiates heat, and stores carbon. An example of this is our mountain ranges interact with the low air pressure of the atmosphere and the snowy precipitation of the hydrosphere, producing cool zones. Next is our hydrosphere. This great reservoir continuously exchanges heat, moisture, and carbon with the atmosphere, driving our weather patterns and influencing the slow, subtle changes in our climate. And last, our biosphere. The organisms take up carbon on the atmosphere, like plants, which they use for the process of photosynthesis. After showing the system and how climate occurs, this is a short documentary on how human activities and natural events have influenced climate change.
Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon. The world's people have spoken. Their message is clear. Time is running out.
The amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere now is 50% higher than it was in 1900. And not only are we piling in more and more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, but we are chopping down the forests of the earth at a great rate. And the forests themselves are the most efficient consumers of carbon dioxide that there are on Earth. We're going to destroy the ground. We're actually tampering with the climate of the Earth and with the very atmosphere that we breathe. When we talk about the disappearance of the ozone layer, we don't know what will happen when the ozone layer goes.
Simply put, if we don't protect nature, we can't protect ourselves.